Darren Cole was the kind of musician everyone said was born for greatness. At just 26, his voice blended live instruments with haunting melodies that felt almost spiritual. His first breakout single skyrocketed. His second went viral. His third put him on every billboard. But behind the glamour, something was off. The music felt too perfect. The fans were too obsessed. And Darren felt constantly watched, even when alone. One night after a show, a tall man in a pale suit appeared backstage. His eyes were too calm, too quiet. He handed Darren a black envelope. Inside was a single line. His manager insisted it was a career blessing, a private elite guild of artists, producers, and power brokers. Everyone who becomes a legend goes through them, she whispered. And if you refuse, your career dies. Darren went, and he shouldn't have. The symphony hall was empty, except for masked figures sitting in the dark. Their masks were shaped like distorted musical notes. The man in the pale suit walked to the center. Darren Cole, he said, tonight you are invited to sing the Song of Ascension. Once you do, your voice will no longer belong to you. It will belong to us. Before Darren could speak, a faint chorus rose behind him. Whispers, layered, dissonant. They weren't human. The shadows in the corners began to move, melting upward like ink rising in water. They formed silhouettes of past celebrities, faces Darren recognized but had been dead for years. Their mouths opened, silent screams. A golden microphone floated toward him. It glowed, but the glow pulsed like a heartbeat. Sing, the masked figures demanded. Darren tried to run, but the doors slammed shut. Every light turned red. The shadows swarmed him, gripping his throat, forcing him to sing. A deep note escaped him, long, unnatural, vibrating like a creature crawling through his lungs. The shadows merged with his body. His voice became powerful, but darker, distorted, laced with something inhuman. From that night on, Darren's rise was unstoppable. Sold-out world tours, endorsements, hundreds of millions of streams, a mansion larger than a hotel. But every time he sang, he could feel the shadows in his throat. They whispered lyrics he didn't write. They woke him at 3 a.m., humming melodies that made his windows shake. Fans said his songs felt alive. They were right, because they were. During one major concert, the whispers got louder, then louder, then louder, until they weren't whispers. They were screaming through him. On stage, Darren collapsed. The audience cheered, thinking it was part of the show, until the shadows physically burst out of his body, towering over him in monstrous shapes. His voice split into dozens of overlapping tones, some crying, some begging, some laughing. The stage lights exploded. The crowd stampeded. The cameras caught everything. That night, Darren disappeared. His mansion sits empty now. His awards gather dust. His last unfinished song still plays on loop in his studio, even though no one touches the equipment. Industry insiders whisper